Dean here, people. Today we're talking about perfect 10 out of 10 pixel art VR games. The kind of games that make you feel like you're inside a beautifully handcrafted 16-bit fever dream. Who says you need Ultra HD graphics when pixelated masterpieces can make your heart race just as hard? From cyberpunk dystopias to dungeon crawling adventures, these VR gems prove that sometimes less is more, except when it comes to fun, because these games are absolutely stacked with it. So strap on your headset, grab your motion controllers, and prepare to step into some of the most creative pixel art universes ever brought to virtual reality. And hey, before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on more epic gaming content. Now let's get to the good stuff. Compound. Okay, so try to imagine a world where rogue AI has taken over and you're the last line of defense. In Compound, there's no deep, emotional backstory or complex character arcs. Just you, your trusty guns, and an endless horde of evil robots to obliterate. The game drops you into a neon-soaked dystopian city where the stakes are simple: survive and fight back. The story is more of a backdrop to the action, but it works perfectly. You're not here for Shakespearean drama. You're here to feel like a cyberpunk action hero in a pixel art VR playground. This is a roguelike FPS with procedurally generated levels that keep things fresh every time you play. You'll dodge, duck, and weave through pixel-perfect corridors while dual-wielding guns that feel oh so satisfying to fire. The controls are intuitive, and the movement system is designed to keep you immersed without making you queasy. Thank goodness. What's really cool is how strategic it feels. Ammo isn't infinite, so you'll need to think on your feet and pick your shots wisely. And the enemies? They're relentless. From sneaky snipers to aggressive bots charging at you, each encounter feels like an intense dance of survival. Plus, the retro-inspired visuals combined with modern VR mechanics create this deliciously nostalgic yet fresh experience. It's chaotic, it's challenging, and it's ridiculously fun. Basically everything you want from a pixel art VR game. Stones of Harlath. Welcome to the mystical Isle of Harlath, where danger lurks behind every pixel. In Stones of Harlath, you play as a shipwrecked adventurer who finds themselves stranded on this mysterious island. But wait, it's not just any island. It's brimming with ancient secrets, deadly dungeons, and magical stones that hold the key to your survival. The story unfolds as you explore and uncover the history of the land, piecing together clues about the forces at work. It's like stepping into a retro RPG with a modern charm, where every discovery feels like a mini victory. The narrative doesn't overwhelm you, but instead serves as a perfect backdrop for your dungeon crawling escapades. Now let's talk gameplay, because Stones of Harlath is an absolute treat for fans of old school RPGs. Think Ultima Underworld meets VR magic. You're not just swinging swords or bashing enemies with maces. You're also casting spells by literally drawing runes in the air with your controller. How cool is that? The game offers a mix of melee combat and spell casting, letting you feel like a true battle mage. You'll explore dungeons, solve puzzles, and fight off hordes of enemies in environments that are dripping with retro charm, but enhanced by modern VR lighting and effects. It's immersive, challenging, and oh so satisfying to master. Whether you're slashing foes or flinging fireballs, every moment feels like stepping into a pixelated fantasy dreamscape.
You guys ready?
Ready.
Let's fight!
Pixel Dungeon. Deep beneath an unnamed city lies a sprawling, ever-changing labyrinth filled with danger, mystery, and treasures untold. In Pixel Dungeon, you play as one of 4 adventurers: warrior, mage, rogue, or huntress, each on a quest to retrieve the legendary amulet of Yendor. But don't expect an easy stroll through these pixelated halls. The dungeon is alive with its own dark history, from the sewers teeming with rats and gnolls to the corrupted dwarven metropolis and the demon-haunted halls below. Each layer tells a story of civilization civilizations lost to greed, magic, and madness. The lore is subtle but rich, rewarding players who pay attention to the details scattered throughout the dungeon's grim depths. Alright, let's talk about why Pixel Dungeon is such an addictive masterpiece. This roguelike dungeon crawler is all about strategy and survival. Every move you make counts because the game operates on a turn-based system where enemies act only after you do, so plan wisely. You'll explore 25 procedurally generated floors filled with traps, hidden doors, and loot galore. But beware, not all treasure chests are friendly. Hello, mimics. Combat is simple yet satisfying as you wield enchanted weapons or brew potions from seeds found in tall grass. Boss fights every 5 levels crank up the intensity, testing your skills and resourcefulness. And don't forget food management. Starvation is just as deadly as any monster lurking in the shadows. With its retro charm and brutally fair mechanics, Pixel Dungeon keeps you coming back for just one more run every time. Minecraft doesn't hand you a pre-written story, it's a blank canvas for your imagination. However, the game's world hints at a deeper lore. You're dropped into a procedurally generated land full of biomes, ruins, and remnants of a lost civilization. What happened here? Why are there abandoned mine shafts, crumbling temples, and undead creatures roaming at night? Some fans theorize an ancient apocalypse wiped out most of humanity, leaving you as one of the last survivors in this mysterious world. Your ultimate goal, if you choose to pursue it, is to defeat the Ender Dragon in the end, a dimension filled with eerie Endermen and floating islands. But honestly, the story is whatever you make of it. Whether you're building a cozy village or crafting an epic saga of exploration and survival, Minecraft's gameplay is pure freedom. In survival mode, you start with nothing, just your fists and an endless world to explore. You'll gather resources like wood and stone to craft tools, build shelters, and fend off mobs like zombies and creepers that come out at night. As you progress, you can mine deeper for rare materials like diamonds or netherite, enchant your gear, and even brew potions. The game also features creative mode, where you have unlimited resources and can build anything your heart desires without worrying about pesky mobs or hunger. Want to create a medieval castle, a working calculator, a replica of the Eiffel Tower? Go for it! With its infinite terrain, diverse biomes, and dimensions like the Nether and the End, every session feels like a new adventure. Whether you're surviving against the odds or building your dream world, Minecraft is endlessly engaging. Ancient Dungeon. In Ancient Dungeon, you're the brave soul venturing into a sprawling, procedurally generated labyrinth that seems to have a mind of its own. The dungeon is steeped in mystery, with whispers of long-lost civilizations and treasures that could rewrite history. But beware, it's also a place of malice, teeming with traps, monsters, and secrets waiting to be uncovered. As you delve deeper, you'll piece together fragments of lore through journal pages and environmental storytelling, slowly unraveling the dungeon's dark history. The narrative isn't spoon-fed, it's hidden in the shadows, making every discovery feel like a personal achievement. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler that melds fast-paced combat with exploration and physics-based interactions. Armed with a trusty sword in one hand and a retractable throwing knife in the other, you'll slash through slimes, dodge leaping skeletons, and outwit projectile-spewing plants. The combat feels incredibly immersive. Every swing, throw, or block is tracked one-to-one in VR, making every encounter a heart-pounding test of reflexes and strategy. The dungeon itself is alive with possibilities. Smash crates for loot, climb walls to evade enemies, or uncover hidden paths leading to powerful relics. Each run is unique thanks to randomized layouts and over 100 collectible upgrades that can completely change your playstyle. Think exploding throwing knives or companion wisps. But don't get too comfortable. Death resets your progress. Classic roguelike. Though permanent upgrades like Insight ensure you're always improving. Add in boss fights, traps galore, and secrets around every corner, and you've got an endlessly replayable VR experience that's as challenging as it is rewarding. Fugl. Fugl doesn't really have a plot in the traditional sense. It's more about creating your own story through exploration and discovery. You play as a shape-shifting bird soaring through a stunning voxel-based world filled with endless biomes, from lush forests to glittering seas. The magic lies in the quiet moments, spotting other animals, morphing into their forms, and uncovering the natural beauty of your surroundings. There's no overarching narrative or objectives to chase, but that's the point. Fugl invites you to embrace the freedom of flight and craft your own meditative journey. It's a game where the plot is whatever you want it to be, a peaceful escape from the noise of everyday life. The gameplay in Fugl is as serene as it gets. You're a bird, no quests, no enemies, no pressure, just fly. The controls are simple yet satisfying, allowing you to glide effortlessly through procedurally generated landscapes. You can accelerate, decelerate, and steer with ease. A controller is highly recommended for the smoothest experience. As you explore, you'll encounter other creatures, birds, butterflies, dolphins, even mythical beings, and your bird will transform into them upon contact, subtly altering your flying style. What makes Fugl special is its focus on relaxation and exploration. There's no failure here. Crash into a tree or dive into water, and you simply take off again. The voxel art style complements the calming vibe with vibrant colors and dynamic environments that feel alive as you soar through them. Waltz of the Wizard. Waltz of the Wizard invites you to a magical world where you're not just a wizard, you're a master potion brewer in training. Set in a whimsical, Hogwarts-inspired universe, the game centers around your journey to become the ultimate potioneer. You'll start as a novice, learning the basics of potion making under the guidance of quirky mentors and magical creatures. As you progress, you'll uncover ancient recipes, solve alchemical riddles, and even face off against rival potion masters in epic brewing duels. The story deepens as you discover a hidden conspiracy tied to a legendary potion that could change the wizarding world forever. With its enchanting narrative and charming characters, this game makes every bubbling cauldron feel like a step into a magical adventure. The gameplay is pure wizarding joy. Using VR controllers, you'll chop ingredients, grind herbs, and stir cauldrons with lifelike precision. The real magic comes from the interactive brewing process. Adding too much dragon scale or stirring counterclockwise might result in hilarious or disastrous effects. Beyond brewing, you'll explore fantastical environments like enchanted forests and hidden caves to gather rare ingredients. There's also a competitive edge. Multiplayer brewing duels let you test your skills against other players, with spells and potions flying across the room. The game's spellbinding visuals and dynamic mechanics make every session feel immersive and magical. Sen VR. Since 3D Sen VR is an emulator rather than a traditional game, it doesn't have its own plot. Instead, it's a magical time machine that lets you dive headfirst into the pixelated worlds of classic NES games, but with a jaw-dropping twist. Imagine playing Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, or Metroid, not just in 2D, but reimagined in full 3D environments. The emulator transforms these retro classics into immersive experiences, allowing you to relive or discover their stories in a way that feels fresh and modern. Whether you're saving Princess Peach or battling Mother Brain, the nostalgia hits differently when you're surrounded by the action in VR. The gameplay in 3D Sen VR is pure genius. It takes supported NES classics and converts them into fully 3D environments, complete with dynamic lighting, shadows, and camera angles. You can rotate the camera to view the action from different perspectives, giving old-school platformers and adventure games a brand new feel. The emulator even supports motion controllers, so you can physically aim and shoot in light gun games like Duck Hunt. Each game retains its original mechanics, but feels completely transformed thanks to the added depth and immersion of VR. For example, navigating the dungeons of The Legend of Zelda becomes an entirely new experience when you can peer around corners or admire the voxel-based art up close. With save states, customizable settings, and a growing list of compatible games, 3D Sen VR offers endless hours of retro fun with a futuristic twist. It's not just playing NES games, it's living them. Rilla Shotgun. In Rilla Shotgun, you step into the shoes of a badass gorilla armed with, you guessed it, a shotgun. The game doesn't waste time with heavy exposition. Instead, it throws you straight into a chaotic post-apocalyptic world where survival is the only goal. Humanity's gone, and the planet is overrun by hostile robots and mutated creatures. You're the last hope to restore balance, but let's be real, you're mostly here to blow stuff up in style. The story unfolds through environmental clues and the sheer madness of each level, leaving plenty of room for your imagination to fill in the gaps. It's bananas, pun intended, and unapologetically fun. The gameplay in Rilla Shotgun is as wild as its premise. This VR shooter combines fast-paced action with over-the-top mechanics that make every encounter feel like an adrenaline rush. You'll dual-wield shotguns, yes, dual-wield, while dodging bullets, jumping between platforms, and blasting enemies into pixelated oblivion. The controls are intuitive and responsive, letting you pull off insane stunts like mid-air flips while unloading shells into a swarm of enemies. You'll collect power-ups, unlock new weapons, and face increasingly challenging foes as you progress. The pixel art aesthetic combined with VR's immersive perspective makes every explosion pop, literally. Temple Seeker VR. Temple Seeker VR drops you into the role of a daring explorer on a quest to uncover ancient secrets hidden within mysterious temples scattered across a lush, untamed world. The story unfolds as you traverse these sacred ruins, piecing together fragments of lost civilizations and their forgotten histories. Each temple holds its own unique challenges and lore, from cryptic puzzles to treacherous traps guarding priceless artifacts. There's a sense of wonder as you delve deeper into the temples, unraveling a narrative that feels like a mix of Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider. The overarching goal? To unlock the ultimate treasure that ties all these ancient sites together, a discovery that could rewrite history itself. The gameplay in Temple Seeker VR is an exhilarating mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and action. Using room-scale VR mechanics, you'll physically walk, crouch, and climb through intricately designed temple environments. The game makes incredible use of VR's immersive capabilities, requiring you to interact with your surroundings in clever ways, like turning cranks, pulling levers, or carefully balancing on narrow beams. Puzzles are the heart of the experience, ranging from logic-based challenges to spatial riddles that make full use of the 3D environment. But don't get too comfortable. Temples are packed with traps and enemies that keep you on your toes. The visuals are stunning, with dynamic lighting and detailed textures bringing the ancient ruins to life. Every moment feels like stepping into an adventure movie, making Temple Seeker VR a must-play for fans of exploration and mystery. Discovery Lite Quest Edition. Discovery Lite Quest Edition is all about unleashing your creativity in a vast, blocky sandbox world. Think of it as the ultimate playground where you're the architect of your own stories. Whether you're building a sprawling city, a cozy cabin by the lake, or recreating your favorite fictional worlds, the game offers endless opportunities to craft your own narrative. The lack of a survival mode means there's no looming danger or objectives to worry about, just pure, uninterrupted creation. It's the perfect chill-out experience for anyone who loves designing and exploring voxel-based landscapes. It's essentially Minecraft's creative mode brought into VR, where you can construct anything your imagination conjures up, using over 150 materials, including unique shapes like spheres and tubes. You can build detailed structures and even design complex electric circuits with switches, wires, and light sensors. The intuitive controls let you place and remove blocks with ease, while options like flying or teleporting make navigating your creations a breeze. The game also features dynamic day-night cycles and ambient lighting that adds an immersive touch to your builds. Want to share your masterpiece? The online world gallery allows you to upload and explore other players' creations, fostering a sense of community. While it lacks survival mechanics or combat, Discovery Lite focuses entirely on creativity and relaxation. If you're waiting for Minecraft VR on Quest or just want a peaceful building experience, this is a fantastic alternative. Souls 3. Mind Souls 3 is a fan-made mashup that combines the blocky charm of Minecraft with the dark, brooding atmosphere of Dark Souls 3. The plot mirrors the essence of Dark Souls 3. You awaken as an unkindled hero tasked with battling through a dangerous world to restore balance. However, this time it's all wrapped in a voxel-based aesthetic that feels like stepping into a cursed Minecraft dimension. You'll face off against iconic bosses reimagined in pixelated glory, explore eerie landscapes, and uncover cryptic lore scattered throughout the world. It's a bizarre yet brilliant crossover that captures the essence of both franchises while letting you carve your own epic tale of survival and triumph. The gameplay in Mind Souls 3 is where things get truly exciting. It's a love letter to Dark Souls fans, but with a Minecraft twist. Expect all the signature Souls-like mechanics, challenging combat, bonfires as checkpoints, and punishing boss fights that demand precise timing and strategy. You'll wield weapons, dodge roll to evade attacks, and manage stamina while battling enemies in environments that blend Minecraft's blocky charm with Dark Souls' gothic intensity. Swinging your weapon or blocking attacks feels incredibly immersive thanks to VR controllers. As you progress, you can upgrade your stats, craft items, and unlock new gear to take on tougher challenges. The combination of Minecraft's visual style with Dark Souls' unforgiving gameplay creates a surreal yet satisfying experience. There you have it, some of the most mind-blowing, heart-pounding, and nostalgia-fueled pixel art VR games you can play right now. Who knew pixelated worlds could feel this alive in VR? These games prove that stunning art direction, creative gameplay, and immersive design always beat photorealistic graphics when it comes to pure fun. So which of these pixel-perfect VR experiences blew your mind the most? Got a favorite we didn't mention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into retro-futuristic awesomeness, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another killer gaming list. Until next time, stay pixelated and keep gaming in VR.
What will it be today? Mixing spells? Scavenger hunt? The courtyard? Or perhaps an adventure in the fortress?